This is a politically motivated prosecution. This is the thing that's happening in this country now, where we're using the justice system as a weapon. All decent people, whether politically opposed to Donald Trump or in favor of Donald Trump, should be concerned about this weaponization of a prosecutor's office to go get a political opponent.
Well, President Trump's attorney accusing the Manhattan DA of weaponizing his office. As the former president says, he'll be arrested tomorrow. A key witness expected to undermine Michael Cohen's credibility in today's testimony about 2 o'clock, which Trump declares will be conclusive and irrefutable. Kash Patel served as Deputy Director of National Intelligence under President Trump, spoke to him Friday and joins us now. Kash, your reaction to what could be happening tomorrow?
Hey, it's great to be with you. Good morning. Look, my reaction is the same as it's been for years now, tragically, that our two-tier system of justice continues to be weaponized, as your previous guests have used, to borrow that term. And me, as a former federal public defender and national security prosecutor, that's been my focus, is to destroy the two-tier system of justice. Because instead of analogizing it to things that may have happened, let's look at Hillary Clinton's campaign. And as the chief investigator for the Russiagate hoax, who investigated and exposed the Clinton campaign, used campaign finance money to pay for the Steele dossier. The Justice Department looked at it, refused to prosecute it, and the FEC came down with a six-figure campaign finance law violation, a civil penalty, for utilizing and hiding it as a legal payment rather than a campaign finance payment. And to me, that's the starkest and most recent example we have, especially as a high-level figure that Hillary Clinton
just think
was.
about this. Is it worthy of the first indictment of a U.S. president, former or active, ever? Is this worthy of it? There's other cases pending. But the person that we're talking about is this guy, Bob Costello, who'll be testifying before the grand jury, we understand. And he briefly represented Michael Cohen, although he denies it. But he's going to tell the whole story as he knows it, because he was in and around this investigation. How significant?
It's very significant. Look, having stood before grand juries and argued many cases before the federal courts, witness credibility in these types of cases is paramount. And on the one hand, you have Michael Cohen, who is a convicted federal felon who went to prison for a multi-year fraud case and has been released, but now we have to remind the world in the grand jury that that's the testimony of that man, versus Bob Costello, who does not have, as far as I know, a prior criminal record. The grand jury is everyday citizens in New York City, and whatever their political biases may be, they have to look at those hard facts that we have someone who lied and committed fraud saying that a former president who's now running for re-election is extremely biased in his testimony, and Bob Costello saying, this is what happened and I don't have a dog in this fight. Credibility is where this case and this grand jury's decision will be pivotal.
So we're finally getting some bank records from the business dealings of the Biden family. And it indicates that there's a Biden, no first name, James Biden. We have Haley, who is the widow of Beau Biden, all getting money from a Chinese firm. They say this is the beginning. There's 11 more deals connected to Biden and China. How significant?
Wow. Well, here's the simple thing about investigations, especially congressional ones. They're less powerful than DOJ in terms of resources and tools, but one thing never lies: money. Money never lies. It's how we broke the Russiagate investigation open. It's how we found out the funneling came in through the DNC and Hillary Clinton campaign. And in this instance, when you're talking about President Biden, who denied this claim, this monetary payment, all that we have to see is these monetary payments of $1 million+ going to multiple Biden family members from the CCP and its affiliates. Just change the characters. What if Don Jr. and Eric Trump received multi-seven-figure payments from the CCP while Donald Trump was president? The conversation would be very different. Again, a two-tier system of justice and a media that won't cover it, but thankfully you guys are covering it.
Someone asked a question and said, what about these payments to your family? And he said, not true. I'm pretty sure that's not going to fly for much longer. At one point, he's got to sit down with somebody besides The Daily Show. So we'll have to find out. Kash, we'll look forward to see if the president, former president, comes to New York tomorrow, and if indeed he is indicted. Thanks so much for putting it in perspective.
Thank you so much. Have a great morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.